Get counseling about your situation. Talking to people who don't understand is like talking to a dead donkey. Welcome back to our channel, and thank you once again for joining us in this another day in the life of living on Autistic Edge. I am Terry Ann Elaine, proud autism mom, and we are here to share with you tips and tricks of how we navigate through our journey right here on Autistic Edge. Today we'll be talking to you about self-care for parents of special needs children. And the caption under which we speak today is, "You cannot pour from an empty cup." As I sit before you today in a shared journey of raising a child with unique and beautiful needs, each of us know the depths of love and unyielding strength and the endless patience this path demands. And yet we also know the exhaustion, the guilt, and the constant questioning of whether or not we are doing enough. Today I want to talk to you about a simple yet profound truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. This quote may seem pretty straightforward, but its wisdom runs very deep. Think about a cup for a moment. A cup is meant to hold something valuable, whether it be water, whether it be tea, whether it's a nice morning hot chocolate, or whatever you like it to be. Something that nourishes and energizes and sustains you. Those are the contents of a cup. But what happens when that cup is empty? What happens when it's cracked and neglected? Of course, it becomes useless for others, and it also becomes incapable of fulfilling its purpose. As parents of special needs children, our cup often pour out more than most. We pour out love, we pour out care, we pour out advocacy, we pour out patience, we pour out endless energy. We pour into our therapy sessions, we pour into doctor's appointments, we pour into sleepless nights, we pour into school meetings, we pour into IIP meetings, we pour into extracurricular activities, we pour into emotional meltdown, we pour into learning sign language, we pour into creating visual schedules, we pour into researching sensory-friendly environment for our children. We pour into fighting for the inclusion of our child. We pour into finding the right resources where there is limited resources and sometimes no resources. We pour. You may also pour into your family relationships. And if you are in a married relationship or even a common law relationship, you have to be a mother. You pour into being a mother. You pour into being a spouse. You pour into being a friend. You pour into your jobs to keep up with the heavy financial burden that comes with the kind of pouring. We do pour. And more often than not, you feel like you're walking around on eggshells sometimes, never knowing what challenge lies ahead for the day. Because guess what? While we are still pouring, our children are so unpredictable. We don't know when we are going to get that call from school to say he's having a meltdown, he's having a tantrum. There is something that they can't control. We pour into not knowing when the next screaming is endless, and we sit there in a state of despondency, not knowing where to turn to cushion the behavior, the unusual and unacceptable behavior that sits in front of us. Oftentimes, we feel like we are drowning in a sea of responsibility with no end in sight. But in all this pouring, who is refilling us? Let me ask something. When was the last time you checked the level of your own cup? Have you been giving so much that your cup is running out of fumes, or worst case, your cup is empty? Taking care of ourselves as parents, it is not a selfish situation. It is essential. It is important, and we need to make it a priority. You cannot be the parent, the advocate, or the protector that your child needs if you are running on empty. Preach, preach. Remember this. When your cup is full, it overflows. That overflow is where your best parenting happens. It's where your patience lives. That is where creativity thrives, and where your ability to love unconditionally flourishes, in the cup that runneth over. A full cup doesn't just benefit you, it benefits your child, it benefits your family, it benefits your job, it benefits just about everyone around you. So today, I challenge you, parents of special needs children. I challenge you, my fellow parents. Make refilling your cup a priority today. A few days ago, we say Happy New Year. I know a lot of us are stressed. We say Happy New Year, but we are in a new year with the old challenges. But for 2025, I charge us to make refilling our cup a priority. Start setting some goals on how you're going to fill your cup. But goals are good, because at the start of a new year, most time people make a lot of goals, and our goals are written down on paper. But goals without action, they are just fairy tale. So what we need to do, we need to make our goals intentional. We need to make our goals a priority. We need to put our goals into action. So schedule some rest as diligently as you schedule those therapy sessions. Sleep helps to repair your body. Yeah. Start some exercise. And we are going to be sharing with you some of the things that we do for self-care, and some more things that we'll be adding to our self-care list for this year. Last year, we had a lot of good moments with Alex Xavier. But as we come to the end of the year, we met up on quite a number of challenges, quite a number of changes. We had some things that put us into a tailspin. And I said to my husband, dear, I am running on empty. And that is when it dawned on me, this message, that a lot of us parents that are taking care of our special needs children, we are running on empty. So I charge you, do some exercise. If you can't go to the gym, that's okay. My husband goes to the gym. I am not able to go to the gym. It doesn't fit my schedule. But guess what? I find other way. Okay? So you can do some rebounding. Get a trampoline. Do some rebounding. Do some walking. Walk around your house. Walk around even the furniture in your house. do some stepping, do some skipping. These activities improves your mood, whether you like it or not. It is true. It is so true. Exercise improves your mood. I find that when I'm having a challenging day, and when I get home and when I get on that rebounder, when I get on that stepper and I start work out some energy and burn some calories and I start pouring out some sweat, when I'm done, I always have to be saying, I feel good. Yeah, try it. Seek some connection. Find a tribe. Yes, we are talking about refilling our cup. Find a tribe or find your tribe. Your tribe might be in a support group, might be your church family, might even be some member of your family or a friend. Find some like-minded friends or family that you can talk to. And guess what? There are a lot of times we complain about people not helping, people who are not there for us. We know that a lot of us have challenges with our family members being there for us. But let me tell you something. Stop complaining about those who are not there for you and start being grateful for those persons who are there for you. Take a positive outlook. Stop talking to people who are negative and don't understand. Get counseling. If you can't find anybody to talk to, then get counseling about your situation. Talking to people who don't understand is like talking to a dead donkey. Yes, that's what it is. Set boundaries. We're talking about self-care, parents. Set boundaries. We have a lot of competing priorities. And I would have listed a number of the things that we have to be pouring into, and those are our priorities. But guess what? Set boundaries. There are some things, and sometimes you have to say no. Somebody is going to ask you to do something, and you have to say no. If you are overwhelmed, don't be afraid to ask for help. And guess what? You see, when you ask for help, don't be afraid of no's. If somebody tells you no, don't worry sometimes. Don't cry over disappointment because every disappointment is for a good, right? And a matter of fact, I always say every disappointment is God's appointment. So don't be disappointed when somebody tell you no, because guess what? Peradventure, they were not the right person for the job. Watch a movie. Watch us go out and watch the sunset. And most importantly, treat yourself with compassion. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some love. Hello. Hug yourself and love yourself. You have to pour into yourself. Some of that love that you give your child every day, take some time to give yourself some. And let me tell you something. This point that I'm going to make right now is one of the most important points. Tap into your faith. Connect with God. If you are a God-believing person, you know the importance of that connection with God. Connect with God. Because St. Matthew chapter 11 and verse 28 through to 30, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that are labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest for your soul. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." This verse reminds us of the importance of seeking rest and renewal in God. He is the one that offers and gives us that comfort, that strength for weary hearts. It aligns beautifully with the message that we parents must care for ourselves. We must allow the God that we serve to refill our cups so that we can continue our journey with love and resilience. We are extraordinary parents. I am an extraordinary parent. We don't do normal around here. Our journey is one of courage and grace. But even with the strongest among us, we need to rest. We need to replenish. We need to be renewed, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Thank you once again for joining us in this another day in the life of living on Autistic Edge. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to check out all our other contents where we provide lots and lots of tips of how to navigate this journey called autism.